and they're all named after their symbols. So the scorpion, the twins, the goat, and the ram.
Thanks, Avery.
You're welcome.
Natalie Labib, let's.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Natalie Labib, and I'm a senior majoring in communications with a minor in studio arts. Before I discuss my work, I would like to dedicate it to a very special woman in my life, my grandmother, Nehed Labib. As a child, and still today, as a 21-year-old adult, a trip to my grandmother's house means exploring her closet, or in other words, playing dress up. I attribute my love of fashion, and especially my shoe addiction, to her. I've always had an interest in fashion design. Throughout high school, I took weekend and summer classes at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. This project is titled Baltimore Soul. While this project serves as a closing of chapters at Loyola, as this is my final studio arts class, this project got its start way before I ever stepped foot on the Evergreen campus as a student. The day I received my acceptance to Loyola, I bought a pair of white Vans sneakers. I had seen other people painting symbols of their colleges on these shoes, and I wanted to do the same. To my surprise, this led to the creation of an entire business, Labib Labeled. I sold custom hand-painted shoes, which led to custom clothing, accessories, home decor, and eventually graphic design prints. Shoes have become a recurring theme in my work. In my Drawing with Color class last spring, I created a large platform boot out of foam core and canvas. I decorated the boot with paint, feather boas, pom-poms, gems, and wooden shapes with drawings that reflected aspects of my life and my personality. I chose to build on this project, but rather take a digital route and make it about Baltimore instead, which has been my home over the past 4 years. Each shoe represents a different aspect of Baltimore. The Converse is titled A Taste of Baltimore, inspired by the shoes I'm wearing tonight, and it represents the food scene, which I love to partake in. I photographed my shoe and drew it digitally on Procreate. You'll spot some of your favorite Baltimore treats. Though I haven't gotten a chance to try each of these, the crab and Old Bay are especially important to me. I hold close to my heart memories of going out for crabs in the Inner Harbor with my family each time they visit me. The high heel is titled Hey Han. It showcases the liveliness of the Baltimore Hans and Han Fest in Hampden. The combat boot is called Charm City Climbing. It displays symbols of Baltimore and its rich history and culture. I hope you enjoy my work, and it reminds you of an important fashionista in your life. Thank you.
Thanks, Natalie. Let's come around to Hannah Shaw.
Okay, it's kind of hard from both sides, but hi, I'm Hannah. So I tend to work with pretty untraditional materials, which is why you are currently looking at a door. But this is all about a project that is very close to me, and if you know me, you know that in the fall of 2020, I actually went, instead of studying abroad, and went on a big road trip with one of my friends, and it became a super pivotal part of my life, and I learned a lot about sustainability and the history of U.S. national parks. So I picked 2 very important parks. I researched 4, but on the back side is the Great Sand Dunes National Park, which holds close memories to me, and then this is the first ever declared national park, Yellowstone. And what I was trying to do here was show the most natural parts of our, like what we know as humans, and show that they're not all that natural, that they have been altered and touched by humans. So this is all the most recognizable landscapes of each park, so you would never see this whole scene just by going to the park, but the waterfall is one of the most famous hikes of Yellowstone, and then these are some of the most famous parts, and then obviously like the buffaloes and the grasslands. And so I etched those into the door, permanently altering the door, showing you that like this is the natural part of our world that we have preserved or conserved to try and make seem completely natural, but all these painted on and added on parts are either problematic or exemplary parts of history that have been there in the park because of humans and because of human action. So something as small as like trees and getting to this hike, you wouldn't be able to get there unless humans made the way. So small things like that, even when you feel like you're in the most natural parts of our country or our world, you're actually still in a part of the world where humans are having effect on it. Which is also kind of tied into why it is a door. I wanted to repurpose something instead of getting all new materials and just creating something out of like new things and not wasting anything, but I wanted to remake something out of something old.
Thank you. And then moving around the corner, we're all not going to be able to fit in there at once, which is an awesome problem to have. If you haven't had a chance yet to check out Scarlett's work, please feel free to pop in and take a look. But Scarlett, would you mind sharing a few words about your work?
So this is
So
my
introducing Scarlett Parrish.
this is my goat head. I grew up next to a goat farm, which is where I spent a lot of my time playing when I was a kid. But the goat farm doesn't exist anymore, so this is kind of my homage to that part of my childhood. And that's kind of all I have to say. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I have a question. How did you make it?
So I was gonna 3D print a goat head, but that was actually gonna be too long, so I decided to just buy a goat head mask, and then I spray painted it, and I made a short film and bought 2 screens, put it inside the head, and that's kind of, it's more the film that I made, so, yeah.
Well, thank you all so much. This has been, it's really great seeing the work and hearing kind of everyone's personal stories about it. And definitely, as you have questions, please, everyone's here. So meet some artists, make some friends, and talk about the work amongst yourselves. Thank you all so much for being here. And again, I'd really just love to say congratulations to all of our artists here today. Thank you all.